Всем привет, и сегодня мы продолжаем снова проходить Noire.
You have the address?
It's the alley off the lease over between Los Angeles and Alameda.
You're kidding. The next one will be opposite Central Station.
Count yourself lucky, though. Most guys would kill to land a case so close to the desk.
Yeah. It means they can pop in to hit the office supply of hooch whenever they need it.
You know, that ain't a bad idea. That is not a bad idea at all, though. Of the Union.
Место преступления.
Detectives, they're ready to start the show. I'll take you through.
Чё там опять жертва голая? Офигеть.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Brothers, Finger.
Cause of death is pretty apparent. We thought we'd best wait for you. When you're
Да
ready.
что за фигня? Одни и те же убийства. На лице я там ни хрена не вижу. Да блин, а смотри ты. Ниже. Да блин, а. Ага. Целуй кровь.
Kiss the blood, BD.
Ладно. Что еще тут? Публичная библиотека Антония Хиллс. Дата.
21 years old. But why the library card? Did he want us to find it?
Да, непонятно. Так это я уже видел. Ну, я в принципе заблюривать не буду.
Another wedding ring torn from the finger.
Охренеть.
Skin under the fingernails.
Кожа содрана, ужасы. Фу, блин. Короче, я все
Evidence in the
осмотрел.
Mueller case was solid. I'm not convinced about Mendez.
The best way to get away with murder is to pin it on somebody else. I'll bet a month's salary this is a copycat.
Strangled, battered,
Yeah. We know the MO. So does every jerk who kills his wife and girlfriend looking for a way out. I've spoken to Brown. He still believes the Dahlia perp has medical experience.
4 women, all murdered, all put on display, all with messages.
Mueller had no message. Look, Phelps, this is getting us nowhere.
Anything for us to go on, Val?
Head injuries from contact with road, bruising from a small man's shoe, further blunt force trauma to the occipital region at the base of the skull. Could have been fatal, but clear signs of strangulation would seem to rule it out.
Lipstick appears to be a similar color to the other cases. I'll see if I can nail down a brand.
Следы крови. А ну-ка. Подожди, а что тут у нас? Что это такое?
Find anything interesting?
If she
Колготки.
took a blow to the head like the others, she was probably unconscious when strangled.
А, чулки. Чулками душил. Пачка сигарет.
May as well
Ага.
follow the trail.
Кровавый след. И ведет он к вот этой вот шляпе.
Phelps, you'll want to come and take a look at this.
Интересная, кстати. А, это как Панама какая-то.
Antonia. Huh. Same as the library card.
Сюда нельзя войти. Ну, я даже не знаю, что тут еще можно осмотреть. Больше ничего не вижу. Короче, поехали отсюда. А ну, стой. Интересно. О!
Proximity to the scene, plus the bloodstains. No way is this coincidence.
Офигеть, сколько улик тут. Нет, тут ничего нету.
On it goes.
Ух ты, а что там блестит? Украшение какое-то или что? Смотри, блин.
Kept the area pristine for you boys. Let's check it out.
А, это ключ.
House keys, strung up like bait on a hook.
Ключ от квартиры. Ну, это не улика. Это обычная фигня от комаров. Ну, вроде бы больше ничего нету. Или подожди. Стой, какая-то записка.
That's got to be a code or a cipher.
Ага.
You think he's trying to lead us somewhere?
Probably all the way to City Hall, that brazen son of a bitch.
Лестница. А я как-то и не заметил ее. Офигеть, он быстро поднимается. О, тут куча улик еще будет. Записка какая-то.
Empty. Where is all of this meant to be taking us?
А там ничего нет, это просто конверт. Странно. О!
Enameled and gold-plated. This was precious to her.
Это, конечно, все ерунда. Надо какие-то нормальные улики. Они там какие-то пудреницы. Это все ерунда. О! А тут что? Да блин, что такое?
Pulled from the finger and hung up here. What's the significance?
Странно. Убийца кольцо не забрал.
Clearly wants us to find these things. He's left them for us.
А, ну-ка.
There you go, Phelps. We got a new MO. I told you it wasn't our guy.
Or he might just be getting more confident.
Вот сумочка. Надо ее осмотреть. Какой-то адрес.
Son of a bitch wants her identified. Mrs. Antonia Maldonado, 712 North Hill Street, downtown.
Ага. Осмотреть квартиру Антонии. Ну давай. Ну. Так, сейчас я выберу, куда ехать. Ага, вот квартира. Поедем сюда.
It was Mrs. Maldonado, right?
That's affirmative.
All right, so then there's a husband we should be looking for. Get him, we've closed the case.
Rusty's razor, of course. I don't want to question your tried and tested techniques, Detective Galloway, but doesn't the DA require sound casework before he'll close the book?
Блин.
Ways of getting it.
I'm sure.
Квартира Антонии. Это не особо похоже на квартиру, конечно. Да. Как бы дом.
I'm sorry. Can I help you?
LAPD, ma'am. Detective Phelps and Galloway. Does Mrs. Maldonado live here?
Yes, she does. I'm Mrs. Barbara LaPente, the owner of this boarding house. Is there a problem?
I'm afraid so, ma'am. You mind if we come in? Is there somewhere we can discuss this?
Of course. Follow me through to the parlor. Wipe your feet as you come in, detectives. It's this one.
Mrs. Maldonado was found dead this morning.
Dead? Oh, no. She can't be.
I'm afraid she was murdered, ma'am. We need to take a look at her things.
I can't believe it. A person seems so alive, and then they're gone. Antonia's room is upstairs, last door on the left.
Thank you. We'll be back shortly.
Excuse us a moment, ma'am.
Давай осмотрим. Я, кстати, смотрю, вам что-то Noire плохо заходит как-то. Просмотров мало, актив на ней какой-то маленький. Надо как бы исправить это.
Look at that. Someone's turned the place over.
Потому что игра хорошая. Еще какой-то адрес. Я не буду это все читать.
Okay, we have an address.
Осмотреть квартиру Мальдонадо. Анхель Мальдонадо какой-то. О, а что с окном тут?
A smashed window explains why the place looks tossed.
Кованый железный пруд.
Windows, Phelps.
So someone broke in using this thing instead of a crowbar. Wonder where it was taken from.
Ну, не знаю, больше ничего интересного там нету. Поедем сразу на квартиру к этому Мальдонадо. Подожди. А, ну... Да, поехали. В смысле? Подожди. Так там же сказали ехать на какую-то квартиру, а ну. А ну, опрашивать не надо ее. Бабку эту.
We have some questions, ma'am, if you're up to it.
Yes, detective. I'll do my best.
Ага.
Do you have any idea who might have wanted to hurt Mrs. Maldonado?
That rat of her husband, Angel. She was serving him divorce papers.
If I killed every wife that served me papers, I'd be a mass murderer.
Are you being flippant, young man?
No, ma'am.
Ну окей, поверю.
What can you tell us about Angel Maldonado?
She married him when she was 17. He was cruel to her, very cruel. She was a good girl, little on the religious side, but a good girl.
Перемещение жертвы.
What time did Antonia go out yesterday?
She left around 9.
Do you know where she went?
No, I have no idea. She was a good girl, but she didn't confide in me.
Come on, Mrs. Lepenti, you must have some idea.
Maybe a movie? Maybe church. She was a very religious girl.
Следы взлома.
You've had a break-in?
No, that can't be true.
Ну как это не может быть?
The back window was broken.
It's happened a number of times. The man out back uses his lawnmower. And I'm
Так, ну я
afraid
выбрал
he picks up
истину.
stones. He's always paid for the damage.
Antonia and her husband were estranged?
Yes. She moved here after she separated from her husband 2 months ago.
But Antonia still wore a wedding ring?
She wore the wedding ring and a necklace. She always wore a religious necklace. That's about all of her jewelry.
Ну хорошо,
Can you
тоже
describe the
истина.
necklace?
An icon of Our Lady of Guadalupe. It's quite beautiful. I let Antonia hang a painting of her there on the wall.
Thanks, ma'am. You've been very helpful.
Чего, блин?
That husband of hers. Lock him up and throw away the key.
Только один правильный вопрос. Ебать.
Think there's anything to the divorce angle?
I've been through 3. No big deal. After a while, you just numb yourself with the experience.
But Angel, he's a young Latino man. It would hurt his sense of who he is. He'd see himself as a failure, a woman taking control over his life.
Then she fronts him and he snaps. Works for me. That makes Angel a killer as well as a piece of shit.
Ага, вот его квартира.
That's disgusting. Didn't you ever hear of germ?
Ну, я так понял, на самом верху тут.
So, this could turn ugly. Forget about knocking. Let's take our boy by surprise.
Hey, what the fuck?
LAPD, motherfucker, you're under arrest.
Оба-на. Куда побежал? А, драться хочешь?
Now look,
Ну ладно. Вот сука. Да ё-моё.
damn. They got some decent shots in there. Cuff these sons of bitches, Phelps.
LAPD, you two are under arrest. Call for some backup, Finbar.
Galloway, badge number 564. I need a prowl car at the apartment building 330 North Hill Street. 2 suspects need transporting to Central.
Your wife has been murdered, Angel.
Antonia? Oh, God, no!
Where were you last night, Angel?
I was here with my brother the whole night, goddammit! You think I'd kill my own wife? We should get the whole place going over, then talk to the neighbors.
Опросить соседей.
And Phelps, I don't care that you just got smacked in the head. You don't call me Finbar.
What do you want?
LAPD, we're making some inquiries.
Make it quick. I work nights.
So you weren't home last night?
No, I was at work.
You know nothing about Mrs. Maldonado fighting with her husband?
Those two? They're always screaming the place down.
Thanks.
Ну вот и все. Опросили, блин. А, ну еще может кого-то опросить.
Hey, sorry
Whoa,
about that.
man.
I'm playing with my kid.
LAPD, were you here last night?
Yeah. My wife and I are separated, and I had the kids last night. I put them to bed early and went to bed myself.
Thanks.
Ой. Давай тут еще сюда постучим. Так эта бабка, получается, наврала.
Hello.
LAPD, ma'am. Did you hear a disturbance last night?
Yes. Yes, I did. Mrs. Maldonado lit out of here, and her husband ran out after her.
You saw this, Miss?
Aranda. I had the door open a crack.
Did you see Mr. Maldonado come back inside after he ran out?
No. I didn't.
Thanks. We'll be in touch.
Алиби мужа. Оба-на.
This will take some explaining.
Окровавленная рубашка. Вот это уже интересно.
KGPL, 11 King, over.
11K, Captain Donnelly and Detective Sergeant Finis Brown urgently request your presence at Central. A new letter has been found.
11K, en route.
О, в отделении.
I thought the letter was from a nut.
Letters? Brown and Hanson.
Отлично, как раз туда и едем.
Now we sent another.
I really hate this fuck. This Black Dahlia guy.
The captain is waiting for you downstairs with Pinker.
Boys.
Come on in. Phelps, have you met Finis Brown?
Pleased to meet you, sir.
This information is confidential and doesn't leave this room.
The new letter was left in the back seat of a cab. The driver thinks it was put through the window and not left by a customer.
We're checking all the spares back 24 hours regardless.
Good.
Like the previous letters, it's been assembled from headlines and typed from the Times and Examiner, then glued to an envelope.
What is the other note?
This one? That's also new. A poem, hand-typed.
Do you mind if I take a look?
Go ahead. We've been over both documents pretty carefully. They've been wiped with gasoline, so there's no chance of prints.
Я передумал, ты меня обманешь.
That's the message from the Celine Henry case.
А ну вот эту теперь бумажку.
Heap upon thy soul by virtue of this curse.
I think we bust in there and find the goddamn.
Не буду это все читать. Да блин, ну давай уже.
That's
Sure.
why we called you in.
Do you think it's original?
Not unless he's a genius.
You like this nut job's poem?
No, I like Shelley. It was written at least 100 years ago.
Shelley. Sure, I knew that.
You see, Finnis? I told you this lad was a bright boy.
Sure, but what does it got to do with the case?
Prometheus Unbound. Prometheus was a titan, a superhuman character who defied the gods to bring fire to humanity.
The Dahlia guy believes he's Superman.
Your guess is as good as mine. One thing for sure is that he's educated. What about the link to the Henry case?
He could have got the wording from the papers. As you said, he is fiendishly clever and takes pleasure in taunting us. What's happening with the Maldonado case?
We have the husband in custody. We haven't interviewed him yet.
Well, upstairs then, lads, and see if we can break him.
Допросить Анхеля Мальдонадо. Вот что-то мне не нравится, что-то он скрывает.
Improved your attitude, Angel?
What do you want me to say? I was with Antonia the night she died, but she left the apartment, and that was the last time I saw her.
Последний контакт с жертвой.
So your wife paid you a visit last night. What time was that?
Late, around midnight, maybe? She didn't stay long.
Врешь.
You're lying, Angel. You went after her. I think you killed her.
You're out of your mind. My brother will tell you I was at home.
Алиби мужа.
We have a witness who confirms that you were arguing, that your wife ran out, that you followed her and didn't come back.
I know this looks bad, but it's not true. We argued, all right, but she went out and I went out after her and she jumped in a car on the corner.
There was a car waiting for her? Can you describe the driver?
Not the driver. It was too dark. But the car, it was a brown Ford coupe.
Процедура развода.
You and your wife weren't getting along. She was divorcing you. Is that why you killed her?
We fought, yeah, but we weren't getting a divorce.
Я не знаю, блин. Блин, а чё ж выбирать? Ложь.
I don't believe you, Angel. She'd been granted a decree nisi. She pushed you too far and you lashed out.
I told you, I wouldn't accept a divorce.
Так, подожди, окровавленная рубашка.
She was my wife. Things got bad sometimes, but nothing would have made me want her dead. Nothing in the world.
Окровавленная рубашка.
Your wife has been brutally murdered. So how do you explain your shirt being covered in blood?
You found that? I cut myself shaving.
Сомнение.
Angel, I'm not going to waste any more time on this. Give me something or I'm going to have you charged.
My brother, Ippolito, he said some bad things about Antonia last night. So I had to sock him one. We got into it.
Keep talking.
She said she came from the El Dorado bar.
And?
It's not one of my places. We used to buy fruit at the market down the street. But the creep there was always running his eyes all over my wife.
What's the name of this fruit market?
Just picked fruit. Ord Street downtown.
One last question, Angel. Do the words kiss the blood mean anything to you?
No. Sounds sick to me.
You're not in the clear by any means, Angel. You're going back into a cell. You should think about whether you have anything else you need to share with us.
Только два правильных вопроса. Так, едем на рынок. Рынок свежие фрукты называется. Наконец-то. Где этот ебучий убийца уже? О, подъехал кто-то.
Handbag was left just up there, overlooking the market.
Should have come here from the start to save ourselves a day's legwork.
LAPD, Detective Phelps and Galloway.
Clem Feeney, what can I do for you?
Did you happen to see a young woman last night? 21 years old, Hispanic?
Sure, she came by last night. Why do you ask?
Контакт
The
жертвы.
young lady arrived around midnight?
Yeah, something like that. Used the phone for a cab and then left.
А ну. Ложь.
She was brutally beaten soon after she left the bar. Clem, you sure you didn't drive her somewhere?
What are you suggesting?
Кровавый след.
I run an honest establishment, and I'm trying to be helpful. Do I deserve this kind of treatment?
Where
Перемещение
did she go
жертвы.
from here?
She wanted a cab, but I couldn't get her one. I was about to offer to drive her, but a car pulled up, and she got into that.
Ну, допустим,
Describe the
поверю.
car?
Brown Ford Coupe, I think. She seemed to know the guy.
Do you mind if we look around?
Why would you want to do that?
Because we say so.
I guess you can. Don't you have to get a court order or something? I have rights.
Clem?
А ну, давай осмотрим.
No wonder he stays open late at night. People have to get their vitamins. Check through this stuff before we get back out there.
Так, а это шо? Ух ты. Ну, приблизь.
I cut someone who was
Скальпель.
already dead.
It's a typical power thing. Once the stiff is dead, the creep usually feels they can do whatever they like. Must have seen it during the war.
Попался ты, блин, чел. Все тебе. Капец. А ну-ка, иди сюда.
This fruit skull punk gets about 10 seconds to explain before I pull his fucking arms off.
Ах ты, сука. Все-таки он убийца. Быстрее, быстрее, давай, за ним.
God damn it, get after him, Cole.
Ну, наконец-то.
I'll try to shoot out his tires. Wish me luck. Should have grabbed him when we had the chance, Phelps.
When we had the chance, we didn't know he was our guy.
Ну, стреляй по колесам, давай.
Strange that he'd leave a trail of blood right back to his own market.
Maybe he wanted to be caught. A lot of them do.
Ах ты,
You gotta get me closer.
It's almost too perfect, isn't it?
There's no such thing as too perfect. Hit it. Clean this asshole off the road. Keep it steady and I'll try to bust his tires. Hit him, Cole. Spit him out.
Ух ты! Охереть! Тачка перевернулась. Стоять, стоять! Да все, он уже никуда не поедет. Доездился.
You're a sick man, Clem. You need help.
Он еще и больной на голову, оказывается.
Outstanding job on this case, gentlemen. The poor woman can now rest in peace. I'll pay the fiend a personal visit myself and remind him that crime in this city does not go unpunished. When they finish with him at the receiving hospital, we'll have him up before the grand jury. I have a meeting this afternoon with the mayor lads. I'll be sure to mention your names. Now, on your way.
Чё это пиво? Потащило. Все, раскрыли дело. Найдено улик 15 из 17. И правильных вопросов только 4 из 9. Раскрыли наконец-то дело. Дело, конечно, ну очень сложное вообще, конечно.
Sarge, why are the guys giving it to the doggies? They're riding in trucks, numbskull, while you're marching.
They look pretty badly beat up.
Yeah, they do it then. Scuttlebutt says it's pretty hard going down south.
Well, we'll find out soon enough. Recon always leads. How can we fail? Skip with the Shadow leading the show. Who the fuck is the Shadow? Lieutenant Phelps, the Shadow of Death.
What the fuck are you talking about?
He's a quiet fucker, Sarge. Never hear the bastard coming. Sitting there, field stripping a cigarette, and suddenly he's there looking down on you.
Why do you think we keep saluting that jab-loving son of a bitch? She's bad juju.
That's enough out of you three. Bad juju? Where were you dragged up? A swamp?
Что сейчас за дело новое, интересно будет. Белая туфелька смерти. Что это за тип там стоял?
Good morning, gentlemen, and what a grand morning it is too. We have just cause for celebration. Galloway and Phelps are sending another fiend to San Quentin. A nice showy trial, and he'll be strapped down with gas seeping into his tiny reptile brain. Now, the fresh business. Galloway and Phelps, the task is at hand. The address is on the hill, north downtown off Fremont Avenue.
Skipper, is the new letter genuine?
Now, boys, we all know how many imbeciles will contest in a short
Oh, and boy, you get me going.
A fine morning indeed. We keep locking them up, but the bodies keep piling up.
Ah, Californians love a fad, Phelps. As long as the bricks hold up at San Quentin, there'll always be killers in this town to send.
Короче, ставьте лайки, подписывайтесь на канал, нажимайте на колокольчик, выберите все уведомления, пишите комментарии. Ссылки все будут в описании. На этом у меня все. Всем пока.